Hey, Crimson Tide fans, we are back in our hotel, Janesville, Wisconsin, after the men's National Intercollegiate Wheelchair Basketball Tournament. The Crimson Tide emerged victorious 73-68 over the Arizona Wildcats. Head coach Ford Burttram with me to break down this win, a championship, the fourth for the men's wheelchair basketball program at the University of Alabama. Coach, thank you so much for joining me. I know it's been a very long week. It's been a long season. I'm sure you're tired, but there's no better way to celebrate a long season than with a championship win. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely, Coach. And let's break this down real quick, pretty briefly. This was a game of runs from what I could tell, and seeing it just go back and forth, seeing Arizona get off to a little bit of a lead, Alabama jump right back, and then later in the game in the second, Arizona, another 7-point lead, Alabama jump right back. The resiliency of this squad today to really overcome everything that Arizona was able to throw at them. Justin Newman, the player of the year for the NIWBT, had a incredible game, but even still, Alabama, an all-around team effort to get the championship win. Break this game down for me and what you saw from your team today in terms of resiliency to come out with the win.
So we got, we talked a lot about it and about being able to withstand their storm and then make our own run. And I saw a lot of maturity and a lot of confidence and a lot of belief in ourselves. And even when we called timeouts and we were talking about it in the huddle, the boys didn't seem like they felt or appear to feel like they were in trouble. And that, I never felt like we were in trouble. In the second half, there was a point where I felt like we were in trouble. But other than that, I think that we did a really good job, and they were super resilient. They were super motivated, and it was palpable. Like, the belief was palpable. Like, you usually can't touch belief, but I feel like I could have reached out and touched it in the huddles today. So
I could feel it too. I just from my own experience this week and how yesterday's game against Illinois, you mentioned it a little bit earlier ago, how a close game like that, being able to overcome the really last-second push from Illinois to be able to fight through that, it was almost a warm-up for today for the boys to be confident, to feel like they know how to deal with something like that, and it showed on the court today. One of the stats from this game that I thought was very interesting, and as Ryan and I were going through the broadcast, the free throw discrepancy, and you talked with the guys after, you talked about preparation, how you prepared in terms of free throws. You shot, what was the number of free throws you shot per week to try and prepare during the season?
So we shot, for the last 3.5 weeks, we shot, I don't know exactly how many they shot, but they had to have 500 makes at the end of every week just from the free throw line. So
500 makes.
Yeah.
500 makes, and the free throw discrepancy based on how many fouls Arizona got today. They were at the line. They were 4 for 10. Alabama was 13 for 20, and it made a huge difference. Alabama being able to capitalize on that. A 5-point win. I mean, free throws, just easy things like that make all the difference in such a close game. Coach, the player of the game, Ignacio Ortega, he's also the MVP of the tournament, a triple-double. He had, I believe it was 29 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. He's had an incredible career, as we know, but just from a holistic point of view, he's the number one scorer in the history of Alabama wheelchair basketball. He's now the MVP of this tournament. He was the player of the year last year. This year, he didn't get the player of the year MVP. Justin Newman, absolutely deserving of it, but it felt like amongst this team, they knew how good Ignacio's season was. He came out today. He had an incredible game. Talk to me about Ignacio's contributions to this program and going out as a championship winner.
Man, so he was choking back tears after he made his last free throws. And I think when he was young and he came in as a freshman, we won a championship his freshman year, and then a lot of expectation placed on him after that. When we had our big five that graduated that year and left and moved on. And so he put a lot of pressure on himself, and he, wasn't ready to be the leader, even though he was the leader. So his mental development has been a beautiful thing, and the way in which he's gone about it all year. He could still go in and shoot the ball every single possession for us, every game. But this year he's made sure to get his teammates involved and encourage his teammates and congratulate them when they do things right and be there to love them and support them. And his contribution to this program has been an amazing, wonderful roller coaster of a journey for us, but uber proud of the way in which he is developed and the way in which he has matured and the way in which he brought his teammates along with him for the ride. Like it wasn't the Iggy game today. Like he had a freshman that he was bringing on. He had sophomores that he's patting on the back and encouraging and feeding, and a dynamic duo with him and Peter as our leaders. And they did a beautiful job today. And Iggy was never out of the game today. He never lost his cool. He never went over the edge. He was always in the huddles. He was always encouraging to his teammates and positive and loud and vocal and believed. And so watching that maturity and that growth of him as an individual, he's always been a very intelligent young man. And he also can be hot-headed, and to watch him learn how to be intelligent while still being hot it's been just a beautiful thing to watch and be a part of.
Well, his chaotic playing style, as he described it to me, was on full force today, but I definitely saw him as a leader as well today. And I've seen the same thing this season too, and it was amazing to see it come to a head today, and just incredible to see this trophy right in front of us, and to know that they're all going to be a part of this. Alabama is the Kings of wheelchair basketball in 2023. Finally, Coach, I want to ask about just putting this one in perspective, this right here. The last few years, the Crimson Tide have lost in the championship. They've been so close so many times, and you said in an earlier interview that last year's loss kept you up at night. It was something that sat on you for a while, and you're able to get redemption this year. You follow it up, the Crimson Tide finish, and just take me through this one, what this one means to you specifically, just based on how close the Crimson Tide have been the last few years.
For me specifically, this one means that we're doing things the right way, and to win a national title, it doesn't just fall in your lap. It takes maturity, it takes growth, it takes development. And so the last couple of years we've come up a little bit short, and we've had to learn some rough lessons that way. There were times in this game that I was nervous when Justin banged in that three-pointer from almost half court with shot clock running out off the bank. I thought, oh no, it's one of those days where everything's just going to fall for that young man and we're going to be in trouble. And then we came right back down and got a bucket, and then got a defensive stop, and then got another bucket, and we right back into the lead. So I think that shows the maturity and the mental development of this team, and also, the ability to just fight and not settle for anything other than what they really wanted and what they had put their minds to. And I am impressed with this group. I'm impressed with this group a lot off the court and on the court, watching their development, and I'm just super proud. Dom, it's not for the coaches to claim glory, because I don't shoot the basketball and do all that stuff, but we gave them the right tools, right? And their toolbox was full, and they pulled all the tools out they needed today, and they got the job done, and so I'm just super proud of them. I probably will sleep really well for a little bit, and then I'll think about complacency, and I'll get back to work for next year, and the hunt again, right? And if you don't mind me taking a minute to say thank you to you.
Absolutely.
Your last one, and
yes.
Last coach's show with me, and I appreciate everything you've done for us.
Pleasure's been all mine, Coach. It's been an absolute honor the last couple of years. I would have rather been nowhere else. When Brent offered me this position, I immediately took it. I knew this is where I wanted to be, and it's been an absolute joy. And thanks to you and the team for sending me out as a winner. My final game with the program is a national championship win. there's nothing better I could be a part of.
Good
It's
deal.
been phenomenal. Coach, finally, just as we get ready to end here, just let me know. Like you just said, you've got guys coming back. You'll worry about complacency in a few days. You'll let yourself rest, but in the meantime, what are you going to do to celebrate?
I'm gonna spend some time with my family. I'm gonna let myself relax, probably for a couple of days and enjoy this and I'll start texting recruits probably on the bus ride home tomorrow. But I just be happy, man, and enjoy what life is and enjoy the blessings that have been bestowed upon me, and really want to take a second to just say how thankful I am for our staff, everybody in the office, and everybody behind the scenes that makes this happen all the time, and just really blessed and proud to be a part of Alabama wheelchair basketball, man.
Couldn't have said it better, Coach. That's how we will end the Alabama Adapted Athletics Coaches Show, and the last one of the season with the championship trophy on the table. Thank you so much for watching this entire season. We really appreciate fan support, and as always, follow us on socials. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors for all of their support this season. We could not do it without you. And for Dom Taylor, Coach Ford Burttram, Roll Tide.